Everybody, how goes it? Rabbitsmore here, and this is my tutorial for how to make an iron golem farm, or kind of how to have infinite iron in Minecraft. So it's a pretty good farm if you're looking for that kind of thing. And how it works is Minecraft allows an iron golem to spawn anywhere where there are at least 21 doors around an area and at least 10 villagers. So we can see with our farm here, we have a bunch of doors going around the outside and we have 5 villagers on each side, so that's 10 villagers total. So anywhere within this area in the center is a valid area where iron golems will spawn, and once they do, they'll get pushed into the center, go down into our lava blade down here, they'll get killed, and then we can collect any of their iron or poppies that they drop down here. So pretty simple and efficient way to do it. And we can actually stack them as well. As you can see up there, I have another one of these exact ones up high. It does work. They have to be pretty far from each other so that they don't interfere with each other's spawning areas. But you can do it, and those will drop straight from that center area there down into our area right here and get killed by the exact same lava blade here. So there are 2 things to keep in mind with this kind of build. One is that you don't want to build this anywhere near any other villages in your world, and for that matter, probably try to keep it away from any doors as well. So try to build it away from any doors or villages, at least 60 to 70 blocks away from those things if you have them. The other thing is, if you want this to be running constantly in your world and constantly gathering iron, you don't have to, but if you do want it to be constantly running, you can build it in the spawn chunks in your world, which is where you originally spawned in your world. Since those chunks are always loaded, anytime you're in your world or in a survival multiplayer server, it will always be running and gathering iron. So let's build it. Alright, so with those 2 things in mind, we can go and start building our iron golem farm here, and I'm going to start by building the collection area. So once you've chosen a spot for it that is suitable for where you want to be building it, I'm going to go ahead and place a double chest here on the ground, go back behind. behind it and place a hopper going into that, and then surround this hopper here with some solid blocks. And then we're just going to make kind of a plus symbol here going like this, so it kind of looks like a plus symbol from above. And above our chest, we're going to place glass blocks here, going at least 2 up here, and then go up at least least 2 as well on all of these sides going around this 2x2 area with the hoppers, so like this here. And then in the center area, we're going to place signs area with the hoppers, so like this here. Up at least, going at least 2 up here, and then go up at least 2. as well on all of these sides going around this 2x. And then in the center area, we're going to place signs 2 up from there. So on the second block here, we're going to put signs on those 2 and on these 2 as well. And then we can build another block up here. And in this bottom area here, we can place our water bucket, and it's going to be in the opposite corner of our hopper so that any items that fall out here from the iron golems will get pushed into our hopper here. Okay, so next we're going to be building our 16 by 16 spawning platform here. So what you're going to do is connect these areas up here on this top layer. Once you've done that, we're going to go out 6 blocks from each side of this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And same from this direction, 3, 4, 5, 6. And all the way around, and then you're going to connect all of those into a giant 16 by 16 platform. So you're going to be filling up these areas as you go all the way around. Okay, so once you have your 16 by 16 platform finished here, you're going to start building up the walls. So on any of the sides, go ahead and build up a corner here. And then you're going to build this all the way around the entire square here, going around every single corner. All right, and once you're finished with that, we're going to bring this wall up another 2 blocks. So easy. Easy way to do that is jump up, place 2 blocks, and then as you go along, just place 2 blocks all the way around, and we're going to do this around the entire ring again. Alright, so next we're going to be working on our layer that has our villagers and our doors, and it's easier probably to start with the villagers, so go on each side here. We're going to be doing the same thing all on 4 sides, but the villagers will only be on 2 sides, but starting on any of the sides here, pick a spot where you can see the center area here, and on those same 2 blocks where the hole is, put some glass here. And you can go ahead and make that 2 layers. Behind this, I'm going to place some glowstone. And this is the area where our villagers are going to be standing, so I want some light here so that we don't get any zombies or anything. And we're going to want 2 tall walls all the way around this area where they're going to be standing. So I'm going to get this built up for 1 and then built up for 2. And you're going to do this exact same thing on the other side there for your second villager pod. You don't need it on all 4 sides again, so just make sure you do it on the opposite sides. For the rest of these spots here, I'll just go ahead and fill in these blocks. For the rest of these spots going around here, we're going to be placing doors. So from here to the corner, I'm going to be placing 6 doors, and an easy way to do that is to stand on this block facing outwards and just place it straight down. 3, 4, 5, 6. You don't need to place anything on this corner here. Then you're going to go around 3, 4, 5, 6. The center area here, since we don't need any villagers or anything, we're just going to build up 4 blocks here. And then continue on with our doors, and then you're going to do the same thing all the way around. Just remember that you only need the villagers on the opposite side. side. Okay, so what you should have now should look like this. You should have your two sides with your spawning for your, or the spots for your villagers, and then the two blank walls, and then 6 doors going into each corner all the way around. And if you don't have anything like that, just pause the video now and go ahead and fix it so that it is like this. And then for the next part, we're going to be building a ceiling going around on top of all of these doors, so we can go up 1 block here, and then you're going to be taking it across the tops of the doors, over the corner, and then all the way around this entire ring. Okay, and now that we have the top of our farm done, we don't want any zombies or anything spawning up here, so we're going to place slabs on top of everything that we can see. As far as the ceiling goes, we're going to do it all the way around this ring and around each of the pins where the villagers are going to be standing. Anywhere to put them as well so that nothing spawns there. So just do this all the way around. All right, so now we're going to be doing our second 16 by 16 spawning platform, and that's going to be where the tops of our doors are here. So start by placing some blocks there, and then we're just going to go all the way around and build the exact same 16 by 16 platform with the same 2 by 2 hole in the middle at this level. All right, so once you're finished, you should have a second 16 by 16 platform up here with the same 2 by 2 hole going straight into the other one. And then next we're going to be adding the water that's going to be pushing our iron golems in. So from the corner, build out 6 blocks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 6 the other way, so we already have 1. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we're going to build these out one shorter each time until we kind of have a triangle going into the corner like this here. Here. And then we're going to place a water bucket in the far corner. You can see it goes just far enough to go over the edges there. And then you might want to go up onto your wall here to start breaking the blocks, but you're going to be breaking out the blocks underneath all of the area where the water was, or the triangle that we just built is going to be the same blocks that you're going to be breaking out. And then once you've done that, we're going to be doing the same thing in all 4 corners here and on both layers. So do this exact same thing in each corner here, and then go down to your next spawning platform and do the same thing on all 4 corners. there. All right, so once you have your water in all four corners on both layers here, we're going to be doing our lava blades. Go back down to your collection area here. And you can actually go ahead and break out these two pieces of glass because they won't be used for anything. And then just place your bucket of lava on any corner here, and it will automatically spread and cover the 2x2 area here. And since the golems are 3 blocks tall, they'll be just tall enough to burn up in the top here and then drop their items down on the bottom. All right, so the last thing we need to do for our farm here is get our villagers in. And like I said in the beginning, we need 10 or 5 on either side. I've already put 5 on this side, but I'll show you an easy way here on the other side here to get your villagers up and in is, let me go ahead and get a villager so I can put in this cart. But you can see I've set up a track system here to where we can get our villager in our minecart, launch it up into our collection area here, and then once he's in, we can just break the minecart from under his feet. And if you need to get villagers here, again, since we had to build this pretty far from a village, you might want to build a small breeding area nearby, or you can always use the nether to transport them from a further village and bring them, and he'll be trapped in here. And you want to get, as long as you have your villagers and your doors all the way around, they will start spawning in the middle and going down into the area, and you can start collecting their iron whenever they start dying there. And just as a note, you probably don't want to just sit here and try to wait and watch for them to spawn because iron golems have a pretty slow spawn rate as is, so it's kind of like watching water boil. It takes a pretty long time.
Let the cheese drop. Let the pepperoni drop.
Howdy everybody, welcome to a tutorial on how to build my automatic smelter or super fast smelter version 2. So this version is much faster, much slimmer, and less resource intensive than my first version. I just use iron blocks because see how to build this. To build this automatic super smelter, you're going to need the following resources in this chest. chest. So you can see those there. A few quick notes. We have any block here. Doesn't necessarily have to be iron blocks. I just use iron blocks because they're easier to see redstone on. And then we are using 16 furnaces for this design. You can use more furnaces or fewer depending on what you need. And for each furnace you add on, you're going to need an additional 2 hoppers and 3 powered rails. And likewise, if you use less, you'll need 2 less hoppers and 3 less powered rails for each furnace less than 6. Before we begin this build, I just want to make note that you need to be facing either the north or south direction, and the best way you can do that is by simply hitting your debug menu button, which is usually F3. And you can see here I'm facing north towards -Z. You can also do this facing south towards +Z. But just make sure that you're not facing in the east or west direction when you're building this. Alright, so now on to the tutorial. So we're going to start at the end of the smelter and work our way back. So go ahead and place down a block at the very end of your smelter. And this smelter design I'm going to build here is 16 furnaces long. Although you can go as long as you want or as short as you want. I'm going to build 16. So that means I'm going to need 17 powered rails here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Very nice. Nice. Now we're going to switch to regular rail for 1, 2, 3. And we're going to start to go up here. So we're going to make a little stair. Step pattern like that, and we want 2 normal rails like that. Now come back over here to the main part of your smelter. We're going to place down our furnaces, so we're going to have 16 furnaces on top of these powered rails right here. That's going to leave 1 extra powered rail at the end there. Now we need to find the spot where we can power all of these rails with a single. Lever, and it looks like I guessed correctly that time. Awesome. So we come down here, we're just going to power on all of these rails permanently. And replace the blocks there. Very nice. Now we'll go ahead and take some hoppers, and for every furnace you have, you'll need 2 hoppers. So 1 hopper will go in the top position. Facing directly down into the furnace, and the other one will go in the back side of the furnace so that it faces into the furnace from the back. Now that our furnaces are in the correct positions like that, we are now going to place down the rails. So we're going to place down powered rails on top of each and every one of these hoppers up here, just like that, and then same thing on the bottom. Have powered rails just like this. And then on the ends here, we're going to have an extra block, and then we'll come out one like this to sort of cap it off, and then powered rails here and there as well. Now we need to find the spot where we can power all these at once, so I'm just going to guess here, and it looks like we are 1 block too close here, so let's just move it back 1, and there we go. So we have all of our powered rails powered simultaneously right now. Very nice. So from here, the next thing to do is to actually make the input. So let's go ahead and make a input here. We'll come out 1, 2, 3 blocks, and then we'll come up one on the fourth one. Same thing down here. Come out 3 blocks, up one on the fourth one. And we now need some regular rail, so let's grab some of that. 2 regular rail there, powered rail there. Same thing on the bottom, just like that. And we should have a lever placed on here. So now if we flick this lever on, we should see both of these. Rails come on. Nice. So our next step is going to be our fuel input. Our fuel input is very simple. Come to this back powered rail, place down a hopper, and then a chest right on top like that, and we're done with that. Go ahead and place some minecart chest down right now on this rail and the rail beneath it. And you are done with your input. So this is actually the input right here. And you can see the carts should go all the way down, come all the way back, and when this is off, they should settle right on those powered rails. So our input is done now. We now have to just make the toggle between automatic and XP mode. So go ahead and place down a block right here. We'll place a hopper facing straight down into that block and then delete it. Place a chest down here. You can make it a double chest if you want to. I'm going to. And then go ahead and grab some powered rails. Place a powered rail directly on top of the hopper and a block. Behind it. Now we want this hopper to basically, whenever the cart is on top, offloading items. That it collected from the furnaces, we want it to not launch the cart. We want it to unload all its items first and then launch. So we're going to make a system that does that. So place a block here next to the chest, comparator facing out this direction, going into a block with a torch on it, block on top of that torch. And then a repeater facing back there. So So that will work to launch the cart whenever it is not offloading items into the hopper. And then you also want to place a lever right here on this block, and this will basically allow you to turn it on and off. So this gives you the toggle functionality between automatic mode right here and XP mode right here. The final thing you have to do is just add a minecart with hopper to the top of this powered rail right here. And you are done. This farm is now fully operational. So again, your coal or your fuel goes into this chest up here, your ores go in here, and then you flick this down to start the smelting, just like that. When this lever is down, this thing will not collect, and you can collect the XP that you get from the ores manually. When it's up, this thing will be going back and forth, and will stop and offload its stuff whenever it has stuff to pick up in the furnaces. So you are now totally done right now. I will show you, however, a few options you can implement if you want some more cool little features. So first thing, I like to go ahead and put down a lamp here. This will indicate when you're smelting. I also like to put a lamp here that indicates when there is items in this chest. And the way to do that, you basically take a block, place it down here. Gonna need a comparator. It's gonna face out into a block right here. And then we'll have some blocks back like this and that. And we just basically need 2 repeaters like so. A dust right here and a dust right here, and now you'll see whenever there are items inside of this chest, this lamp will turn. turn on. So those are some quick options you can do. And now all you need to do is decorate it. So let me just go ahead and decorate it here.